Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to track your business expenses in Excel. This would be something you could do if you don't have a lot of expenses and you just need to track them so that at the end of the year you'll be ready to file your taxes. If you don't have Excel on your computer, that's okay. You can use Google Sheets, which is very similar, and it's free. And then if you prefer to use a software or some sort of accounting website, then I do have a video on how to use Wave Accounting, and I will link that in the description. So you can watch both and see what method you prefer. Before we look at Excel, I want to show you something. This is a Schedule C, which is the tax form you would file if you are a sole proprietor or a single member LLC. And you can see that on this form it does have the expense categories on it that you would be expected to use. So looking at this just kind of helps you have an idea of how you should be categorizing your expenses. In other words, you know that if something is related to advertising, it'd go here. If something is related to contract labor, it would go here, and so on. So just knowing this and seeing this may help you have an idea of what the categories actually are. And I also downloaded the instructions. So both of these, the form and the instructions, are on the IRS website, and you can download these to look at them. And it does go into detail. If you scroll down, it does go into detail on those expense lines and what you would be tracking there. So seeing this hopefully will help in this process. Okay, back to Excel. So what I did was take some of the categories that I thought might be common from that Schedule C, and I made a section for each of those. I didn't put every single expense on here. I just put some of the main ones that I see quite a bit. And I put these side to side, but you could put them top to bottom. You could put a separate tab for each individual expense. It's up to you. I personally like having things all on one page. It's just easier for me to navigate side by side, but you know, you need to do what works for you and what makes sense to you. And then under each category, I put space for the date, the amount, and a description. And if you need more lines, you can just insert lines here, or you can take lines out. I also have a total down at the bottom with a formula already set up to add up the numbers in the amount column. And I put the date. The date just kind of gives me an idea of when this happened. If I wanted to categorize things for a month, an individual month, it's easier if I have the date already here. Or if I need to go back through my records, go back through my banking to find something, it's a lot easier if I have the date. And then the amount you obviously need to get the totals, and the description is just kind of background information because you're probably going to forget things by year end. So for me, it's easier to have a description in here. And then I did create a sales tab also. Now on my sales tab, I just put the dates and the amounts. You could also have the name of the customer or some other information, maybe what type of sale it was. If you wanted to, you could do whatever you wanted here. Now, if you use a website to process your payments, you may not need this tab because you may have this information somewhere else. So I put it in here in case you need it. I am going to put this Excel spreadsheet on my website, so you can download it if you want. If you want to use it, you just have to delete all of my sample information and put in your own information and maybe change it around to something that more closely fits how you want to track things. Okay, and then my last tab is the profit and loss statement. And this just summarizes everything. It has all the totals in one place, so you can see it on one nice clean report. I put the total sales from the sales tab, and then I put the totals from all the expenses on the expenses tab here. And I have a formula set up to add up all the expenses, and then I have another formula to take the sales minus total expenses. In this particular example, they have a negative. This number shown in parentheses is a negative because their expenses were more than the sales. So this is just a good way for you to look at your own business, do something similar to this, so you can see if you are gaining or losing money in your business. So I hope this helps. This is a very short video, very simple method. Like I said, it's more for someone who doesn't have a lot of expenses. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below and I will try to answer them. Thank you.